Hello, welcome. This is a quick little project I wanted to bring up that I've been doing. This is for other authors like me. I ordered many of my book that I made and ended up fixing it, rewriting it, and getting a second edition. So that first printing I did, I jumped the gun and I had a whole bunch of books left over that I did not want people to have because I changed the ending. I added some extra chapters. I fixed a few typos, things like that. So I had a whole stack of these books, but I didn't want to just throw them out. I had paid for them. And I really hate, it hurts to throw out books. And I also saw at library book sales, many times books left over, they just threw in the dumpster, they pulped them, got rid of them. And that hurts also. It really hurts to damage books in any way, but I'd rather figure something to do with them than just get rid of them. And I ended up getting a whole stack of similar books or the same book at times from library book sales. So here's a project where I took my old books and I turned them into bookmarks. So I'll walk you through this. I also have a post on my website, sa-schneider.com, and you can check it out. Teachers, I have a whole bunch of resources on there of other projects and activities for kids. But this one, basically, what I did was the first thing I did was rip the pages out of my book. So I took one book and ripped all the pages out. So I had a whole stack of paper. And this is the paper you'll print on that you use. Then I went into my word processor and I set it up so that the page size was the same size as the page from my book, which was 5x8. So 5 inches wide, 8 inches tall. You could flip it on its side, do 8 inches wide and 5 inches tall. Just make sure you set the printer page size to be that same size. So when it prints, the pages in the printer, it'll fit and print and you won't have problems. So that was the easy part. And then I took my book cover and my author logo and I put it in on the page for the word processor. So I had 2 pages because I was going to print both sides. You can do one side. It's up to you. And teachers, parents, if you're using this with your kids, have them do their own artwork. Or if it's coming up to Christmas, do Christmas things or Halloween things. If you're doing this for something for Halloween, this is a great little craft to hand out at tables, or kids can use treat bags, lots of different things you could use these for because you end up with a bunch of them. So once I had that, I printed it out and I had to flip the paper over and print the second side. Check with your printer on how to do that. Maybe it'll do it automatically. Make sure you may have to experiment a bit because you can put your paper in this way and it goes through, or you can turn it sideways and it goes through, but you have to make sure your page is set up to print out the right way with it. So you just have to check that. Once it got printed, I then had to cut the bookmarks out, the part that had printed the size I wanted. Now, that said, I did 3 on a page is what fit. You can do different sizes. You can do skinnier ones, depending on the size. If you're doing a bigger book, wider book, you may get different sized ones in there, but you have to cut them out before you put them in your laminating paper so that seals all around it. And once you have a laminator, your laminating paper, you lay it all out, leave some space in between there so you can cut them out. Don't bunch it up so much. Pass it through your laminator. Depending on what laminator you have different size sheets. Check what size you need, how thick you need it, and what you need to do to pass it through and laminate. Work with the kids. Don't leave them alone because laminators get hot. Once it gets passed all the way through, then you need to cut them out. Plain and simple, make sure the sheet dries and you've got bookmarks. So I get 3 to 5 bookmarks on one laminated page, depending on how close I pack them or how many I have available. So in one book, if you have a 100-page book, that's 300 bookmarks. It takes a bit to do, but that's a whole lot of bookmarks you can hand out. And since I write middle grade, it's great for handing out to the kids. I stick one in every book I sell. They get a bonus by buying it. It makes them happy, but they're also then using my bookmark, which I think is great. And for school projects or teachers, parents at home, like I said, these are things that you can use either just for yourself, for fun, for giving out to friends. I'm sure you can think of way more things than I can mention here. So That is just a quick little activity to do with a bunch of books. I do have another one coming that I'm working on, so I will put that up when I get that. Again, check back the resource pages. I'll put a link on the page to the other resources and on this YouTube video. So check it out, sa-schneider.com. Thanks. Hey, thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to say I appreciate everyone that watches these, and I hope you got something out of it. If you are looking for more resources for kids, for writing activities, for reading activities, for things to spark their imagination, check out my website, sa-schneider, schneider.com, sa-schneider.com. I've got resources on there for parents, teachers, homeschool, educators, etc. Study guides with all the stories. If you're looking for my new stories, they will be there, the new books, the series. If you are looking for this year's Christmas or Halloween specials, those will be there. It's all there for it. There's a lot going on the website, but I'm trying to make that something that people can go get resources to have fun activities for their kids, to spark their kids into writing, including my video game classes and information on those. So check it out, sa-schneider.com. Thank you.